It's Nebraska, Oklahoma. Need we say more? Boy, this crowd is in a frenzy, I'll tell you.
November 1st, the #1 team in college football, the Nebraska Huskers, face their arch rival, the Oklahoma Sooners.
Okay, let's go spread right. 47 dive pass, two-way flat, flanker motion.
If Nebraska coach Tom Osborne wins today, he will be the first coach in college history to win 250 games in only 25 years.
Legging around to the right side, fires a pass, got a man wide open, Sheldon Jackson, 30, 25, 20, to 15, and spun down as he...
It is standing room only as the Huskers sell out Memorial Stadium for a national record 219th time.
Good afternoon. Welcome, everybody. With Dan Fouts, I'm Brent Musburger. Dan, could be a celebration. 25 years.
Somebody get the phone, please.
The Nebraska fans are familiar with Husker hysteria. They're familiar with the extensive media coverage of television, radio, and newspapers. But despite all their knowledge, they still have little idea of the complexity that goes into creating one of college football's most spectacular events. This is the behind-the-scenes story. This is a day in the life of Husker football, from the first locker room pep talk till the lights go off in Memorial Stadium. In 24 hours, Memorial Stadium will be filled with 76,000 screaming fans, becoming, in effect, Nebraska's third largest city. The now empty press box will be filled with over 200 writers and reporters from across the Midwest. They will tell their story of the game to well over 1 million people. From the coach's box, assistants will help call almost 200 plays. The radio booth will broadcast the game to a 60-station network. Occupying some of the best seats in the house will be Husker boosters who donate thousands of dollars per season ticket. From the Husker Vision control room, the fans will see a 5-hour-plus live telecast. Concession stands will sell over 10,000 boxes of popcorn, 20,000 hot dogs, and 60,000 drinks. Nebraska's locker room will be filled with 115 players who average over 200 pounds per man. They will suit up to defend their unbeaten season and continue their quest for a third national championship in 4 years. But tomorrow's battle is not just another game. Nebraska is playing their arch rival, the Oklahoma Sooners.
Rogers takes the ball at the 30. He's hit and got away. Back upfield to the 35, to the 40. He's to the 45. He's to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, to the 20, to the 10. He's all the way home.
The rivalry began more than a decade before, but it reached new heights in 1971 with what has become known as the game of the century, where Nebraska beat Oklahoma 35-31. But as Tom Osborne's career began, Sooner magic seemed to ruin what otherwise would have been great seasons. Osborne lost far more games than he won.
Well, it's probably as disappointing a game as we've had here in terms of the outcome. I think the players and probably the coaches, too, wanted to win this as much as any game that I can remember in a long time, at least since I've been head coach here.
Making the rivalry even more bitter was a confident charisma of the self-named bootlegger's boy, Barry Switzer.
We didn't need any Sooner magic today. From start to finish, total domination, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, for 4 quarters.
Even though Nebraska has won the last 7 meetings, what many Nebraska fans remember the most is Oklahoma's last-minute miracle finishes that broke their hearts.
We just got whipped, and they played better than we played by a fair margin.
In his 25 meetings with Oklahoma, Osborne has won 12 and lost 13. If he can win tomorrow, he will no longer have a losing record against anyone in the Big 12. But even against Oklahoma, winning is not the only thing for Tom Osborne.
You know, I've talked to you quite a bit about this game, and I think you know what you have to do. I think you've prepared fairly well. There's been some comments about, you know, it's my 250th win. Fellas, I've never won a game. You know, I've stood on the sideline. I've watched quite a few. I've never won a game. The players win the games. And 250 doesn't mean a thing to me, honestly. What means something to me is that you play like you can play. I tend not to be a real sentimental guy when it comes to football. I realize that for a lot of years this game decided the Big 8 championship. Maybe out of 30 years, 27, 28 times, it was the pivotal game. And so that is there in the background, but when the ball is kicked off, you're just focusing on another team, and so it'll be just another game. Okay, this Oklahoma's kickoff, and we think we can get an edge in the kicking game. There's no question in our mind that they're going to play at least 2 quarterbacks and probably 3, but we have excellent team speed on defense. We're able to recover well. This is wingback seam. Make sure these guys are starting to move before you start upfield. And we're fairly flexible. We usually script the first 9 or 10 plays, and so we know exactly what we're going to run, what formation we're going to be in, and then from that point on we wing it.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody out here cares, you know, for Coach Osborne, like, you know, he's a father. And it'd be a shame, you know, I mean, nobody's ever done this as fast as he has, you know, going for 250 in only 25 years. So, I mean, it'd be quite a letdown if we didn't go out and win tomorrow. So I imagine everybody's going to be pretty geared up, and we always, you know, pick out something to play for. And I imagine this week a lot of guys will be playing for Coach Osborne.
So, Chris, everything is set for Coach Tom Osborne to record his 250th victory here with the Cornhuskers.
With the lure of the Nebraska versus Oklahoma rivalry, ABC is televising the game. On Friday, they've arrived in Lincoln and begun preparations. The Big Red atmosphere has made an impression on those covering college football.
Best fans in the country are Cornhusker fans. There's a lot of places where the fans I really like, but I don't think any place compares with Lincoln, Nebraska. Now, obviously, it starts with the fact that they win.
Every place we go, they're pretty passionate, but here it's to an art form because they've been doing it for so long with so many sellouts, and it's a very professional atmosphere, at least at dealing with the school and the players and coaches. It hasn't changed, and I've been doing this for 11 years, and it's always been that way.
Put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in, you put your left foot.
Meanwhile, the staff of Husker Vision, the people who produce Nebraska's big screen television displays, are preparing to meet in their offices under the West Stadium to get ready for Saturday's 5-hour telecast. Husker Vision Director Jeff Schmall will lead the meeting.
We go over the preliminary script just to make sure that everybody's on the same page, that we're not missing something.
Nebraska's athletic director Bill Byrne arrives, as does sports information director Chris Anderson.
Both teams battle the elements.
And then the other side is just watching all the features and making sure that everything's correct.
Defensive back Charles Fryer made the most of playing more than just football under the snowy conditions.
We're going to have Lyle Brimser's call from Johnny Rogers' punt return before the tunnel walk, and then his last thing is Johnny the Jet Rogers just put him in the...
Just torn loose from their shoes.
Just torn loose from their shoes.
If Tom Osborne does succeed in winning his 250th game, a secret end-of-the-game celebration is being planned.
I already talked to Nancy. We'll be around on the behind our bench, and T.O. knows nothing. I think our fans will go crazy about it. You recall when we won the national championship, we had a great fireworks demonstration, and we think it's important for us to have that kind of celebration again.
Well, it's a pretty carnivorous population. If anything, we're trying to get them to diversify their tray with something more than just meat. If I left it up to the athletes to build a meal, it would be a plate full of meat.
A thick cut of prime rib fills the center of All-American lineman Aaron Taylor's plate.
You know, Aaron's folks feed cattle out down there. His dad's a butcher or something down in Texas, so he's definitely a pretty carnivorous guy. Done growing. We're trying to minimize any further growth there. Thank God we have, you know, spaghetti sauce and marinara sauce, because a lot of kids just cannot and will not eat fresh vegetables. It's kind of an alien thing to them. A lot of them grow into it. In fact, our goal is to get them to learn how to like tomatoes before they leave college. That's our, if we can break them down and make them try to learn how to eat a fresh tomato, we've really accomplished something.
At 7 p.m., the team goes to a movie. They decide on which movie by a group vote, but attendance is mandatory. If you don't show, you don't play. For the next 24 hours, the team will stay together as a group, and Tom Osborne will stay with them. Osborne feels that the mental preparation begins long before game time.
We talk a lot about unity, and we talk a lot about how you talk to each other, how you treat each other, and generally if players are saying the right things, doing the right things, then everybody's more on the same page, and they're going to play better.
But taking the team out for a movie isn't cheap.
387.
Coach, right?
I started staying out at the Nebraska Center when I was an assistant coach, and we have one or two other coaches out there. I think it's important that they know that you're there and that you're with them in that sense. And it's also helpful for my own mental preparation. I'm really very focused the last 24 hours. I spend an awful lot of time going over what I think will work, what won't work, what the routine's going to be. And so to be in a room by myself where there's absolutely no distractions is important. Not that I wouldn't love to be with my family. I would enjoy that, and I appreciate that. But I do know that I need to be at a place where there aren't any distractions.
At 6 a.m., Memorial Stadium is deserted. But soon it will swell with 76,000 fans and become the mythical third largest city in Nebraska. If it is a city, Butch Hugg is the mayor. Like all mayors, he needs a large staff to keep everything running smoothly.
We have approximately 2,000 people that we need to have available before we open the doors. And that involves concession people, which we are ultimately responsible for because we check them in and make sure they get credentialed and get to their spots. The event staff people, which man the doors, the elevators, the scoreboard, the locker rooms, parking lot attendants who get the people initially into the locations, the scouts who are our ushers, police that are here, our ROTC units who are our stadium security people, and all of our event staff people. One of the more fun things that occurred with these was when we started using them as a barricade across the street here, and I moved them after the game, and I knocked on the door, and no answer, and pretty soon then I knocked on the door, and as I bumped up against it, and I just give it a big bump, and all of a sudden, wait a minute!
You up? All right. This is Grant Wistro's room. He's up. Here's Aaron Taylor. Big T, he's up. Skill, you up? All right. Mike Van Cleve has a terrible time getting up. We can be beat on the door all day long, or sometimes we have to call like 3 or 4 times before he ever gets up. He sleeps through a freight train, it seems like. Lance Brown, you up? There we go.
Yeah. All right, today we celebrate the solemnity of All Saints. If you'll please stand, we'll begin. Our entrance antiphon, let us all rejoice in the Lord and keep a festival in honor of all the saints. Let us join with the angels in joyful praise to the Son of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Across the hall is chapel service. Although the gatherings are optional, more than half the players attend. Assistant coach Ron Brown organizes the services.
Good seeing you again. Good to see you too. Take care.
I love you too.
The Bible says that we are to be fervent in what we do. And so we are to play football with the fervence of Christ playing through us. And when you do that, I mean, when you go out there, and some people don't associate Christianity with tackling somebody on the football field. But when if Jesus Christ was a linebacker, he would be one of those guys, I believe, we don't know exactly what kind of athlete he would have been, but we know from his attitude and his character that he would have hit people as hard as he could have. He'd within the rules, he'd have helped them up afterwards. He'd have paid attention. He'd have been fighting to the end, no matter what the score was. He would play with firmness and tremendous energy. He would in practice finish those wind sprints as hard as he could have, and he'd play to win.
The breakfast meal is traditionally a very high carbohydrate meal. So we have toast, we have a variety of cereals, we've got some assorted breakfast muffins and breads, fresh fruit, we've got grits, breakfast potatoes, a very low oil hash brown, waffles, pancakes. We do have some scrambled eggs, and we'll have some carved turkey breast and some real lean carved Canadian bacon.
Just because a team can't feast doesn't mean the fans must deny themselves.
Nebraska sirloin beef. We feed approximately 400 to 500 people every home game. All right, going on, singing. Band, horns, all right.
As the press box opens at 10 a.m., among the first to arrive is Adrian Fiala, who does color commentary for the Pinnacle Sports Radio Network.
For the most part, I know everything that's on this chart, and the pins indicate the people that are in the ballgame. So I know that if they run a good play up the middle and it's to the right side, I know that Matt and Zaviska are right there.
The play-by-play announcer for Pinnacle Sports is Warren Swain.
Well, this is football weather.
Yeah, let's go for it.
That's right.
I'm glad the old...
You know, everybody knows that I'm pulling for the Huskers. I mean, I'll get excited, but at the same time, don't lose sight of why you're really here in the first place, and that's to describe the action.
The diagonals aren't too bad, but look at this. We got a jumbled mess over here. Come on, folks. Horns are up.
We're going to play down in San Antonio on December the 6th. I know this because I already got my tickets bought and my plane ticket.
I'd say Nebraska is going to kick some serious ass.
I think
Coach Osborne is really one of those great men of America who represents not only excellence in performance, but a very high personal standard of integrity and character that really personifies what I'd like for this university to represent.
I think that's going to be the easiest, and then we'll be able to go all the way down the sideline.
All right.
You got the feeds up there on Husker Vision yet? Should we see the Iowa game?
The Husker Vision crew has been at work for several hours preparing for the game. Today, Mother Nature has created a problem.
A windy day blew over one of our cameras and broke it, so that's never a fun start to the day, but hopefully the rest of the day will go a little better.
For Jeff Small, football Saturdays start early.
So I come in usually a couple hours before everybody comes in, and that's when I sit down and I do the final script. Probably about 4 hours before kickoff is when we have everybody come in, 15 to 20 people in terms of who are working the Husker Vision crew, and that's when we basically go through the script.
Right now is a little slow time, and we're just getting ready for the action to come up pretty soon.
Just one or two. With well over 110 players to tape for the game, taping begins before the team leaves the hotel. The players are cut off from outside contact, but they aren't cut off from the media buildup to the big game.
Now, Nebraska has snapped the ball 537 times with losing 5 fumbles. That's 1 out of 107 plays. They're a sensational football team. They'll rip Oklahoma. Scott Frost all of a sudden is the man.
I think the team is definitely ready, and I think that's one thing that Tom has done a tremendous job of over the years. You know, not only is he a great X's and O's guy and great board guy and on-the-field coach, but really does a great job of psychologically getting his football team ready to go.
This game means more than just a normal game, because in the early 70s, Oklahoma was our big bugaboo, and we played some exciting games with them, but we came up short. And so it is an important game, and it's an important game when you're talking 250 wins, because to do that earlier, hopefully, than anyone in the history of the game is something 15 years from now, if we're alive, we'll reflect back on and feel a sense of accomplishment.
The win might mean more to George Darlington than any other coach. He's been with Osborne the longest, 25 years. During that time, he hasn't missed a Friday night with the team. With police escort, it takes 2 buses to transport the more than 70 players who make up the travel squad. At Memorial Stadium, they will meet up in the locker room with 45 more players who will suit up for the game.
$100 for the pair, sir. 100 for the pair. I think the most I ever got was like, I think I paid $200 for a pair and ended up selling for $300, something like that.
The only thing more important to the team's image than the final score is the off-the-field performance of the Sports Information Department and its director, Chris Anderson.
Okay, so they don't have code numbers. Got it.
ABC on their hotline.
Okay.
As long as we're not noticed, things are going well.
Yeah, is John Anderson there, please?
The time that we get noticed and someone grabs you usually means that something's wrong with the statistics or someone's playing on the field that isn't on the roster. So we try to make sure they have all the information beforehand.
Oh, boy. The officials are wrong on the flip card I just gave them to Bob.
Okay, thank you.
They're in the game notes.
All right, Chris.
Okay?
Press boxes are a lot like a neighborhood sports bar. Every game, the regulars get back together and talk football and media gossip.
That AstroTurf field was the worst. It's like 1965.
Ken Hamilton writes for the Lincoln Journal-Star. And Tom Chattel coordinates coverage for the Omaha World Herald.
Great, John. It's the best It's not work. It's easy. I come to a game, I get in, I get a pass, I watch the game, I'm warm. And then I go down and I talk to the players. How many people would kill to have that? It's unlucky kind of work.
When it's a big game with 2 ranked teams, we have to write. I'll have to write like a story for a news site for the front page. If Nebraska lost this game, it would go on the front page. If it goes the way it's supposed to, no problems.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, everybody. And I'll tell you what, it's time now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Husker football fans all over the world. HuskerWebcast.com, the voice of the Huskers, Warren Swain.
Thank you, Adrian, and greetings, everybody, as the Huskers getting ready to take on the Oklahoma Sooners. Nebraska comes in #1 in the country.
We've got, from Gainesville, Florida to California. We've got like 10 kids from Texas, and so a lot of them aren't used to all this Husker tradition and the loyalty, and then when they get here, they're stuck. I mean, they're Husker fans forever.
A new locker room tradition is viewing a psych-up tape about an hour before kickoff. Courtesy of Husker Vision, the players get to see some of the best plays from recent games.
Here is the quarterback keeper by Scott Frost. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown!
The team psych-up tape, it was the idea of Jack Stark, the team psychologist, and he's done some research just in terms of mental imagery helping in sports. And I think the more that you can give players confidence and the more that you can prepare them mentally for that battle that they're about to go into, the better off you are.
This is it. This is our dream. Everything's falling into place for us, guys. It doesn't matter what we do. We go out there and we just kick their ass for 60 minutes, fellas. We do that for 4 more games, 3 more, whatever. It does not matter. We go out and do that, fellas, and we're going to be in Miami, all right? We're going to be down there. We're going to be playing for the national championship on January 2nd, fellas. Don't settle for anything less today. Go out and just give 110% and give it up, fellas, because we've worked way too damn hard to give anything less.
Leadership is something you can't concoct. It's either there or it isn't. But we've been very fortunate this year to have some players that are very focused, who felt a little bit let down last year. We were 11-2, which a lot of people would like to be, but that wasn't good enough. They've been very focused this year throughout the spring, the summer, and throughout the season to get us to the level where we'd like to be, which is at and near the top. And so that kind of leadership has been very helpful. I don't rant and rave. I don't try to get them all worked up. They're usually pretty worked up by then anyway.
We play this game for everyone who's ever put on a Nebraska uniform. Dominate! 1, 2, 3, dominate! Let's go, baby.
A key issue for us is poise. You can't control the way the ball bounces. You can't control your opponents. You can't control their talent level, but you can control your own effort and your own concentration, your own energy level. The competition really is not so much our opponent as how well can we play. I want you guys to enjoy playing today. This is an important time to enjoy football. I went up and saw Tommy Frazier last night in the hospital. He's got another blood clot. And, this guy's, athletic career is done, It goes so fast. You don't know what's going to happen. So, while you're here, while you're able to do it, enjoy it. And have a big day today. A lot of you never have another chance to go for a national championship. So a lot riding today, a lot of memories about this game. Let's make sure it ends up right. It's a good feeling when we walk off the field. And we end the series the way it ought to be ended.
4, 3, 2, 1. 25, take track. We stand by music, stand by fade 2, stand by red.
Lincoln, Nebraska, sold out for 219 consecutive games.
Widen out a little bit, show me the storm clouds, stand there, lose this.
And I'll tell you, as we look to our left to the north, there's a heck of a rainstorm, but it looks like, hopefully, it may avoid the stadium here. Let's hope so.
3, 2, 1, roll.
Wiley stands at his own 24, waits for the snap. Rogers deep for Nebraska. Here's Wiley's kick. It's high. It holds up there. Rogers takes the ball at the 30. He's hit and got away. Back upfield to the 35, to the 40. He's to the 45. He's to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35. to the 20, to the 10. He's all the way home. Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put him in the aisle.
Okay, getting ready for animation here.
Just tore them loose from their shoes.
Captors are coming down the tunnel. Okay.
Michael's still about 30 seconds away from you.
Good.
It's going to come perfect. They haven't even started moving yet, so it's going to be right on. They wait too long. Okay, here it comes. When we interview the players, you know, they talk about that tunnel walk like it is an experience unlike anything else for them. So they do get excited. You can see when they're coming out that they're excited too, and I think that makes the fans even more excited because they know that the players really appreciate the noise that is building in the stadium.
Even though everyone else in the stadium is building to a fever pitch, the tunnel walk has little effect on Coach Osborne.
I guess I'm not focused on the exhilaration of the thing near as much as I am just what needs to be done. It's just walking down a tunnel to me.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the #1 team of the nation, your Nebraska Cornhuskers.
It's Nebraska and Oklahoma. Need we say more? Boy, this crowd is in a frenzy, I'll tell you. They are ready, and we hope you are too, wherever you may be. And here's the kick.
The showdown begins with both teams a little off balance and struggling to find their game.
Frost this time hands it off to Amon Green over the right side, cuts it back at the middle across the 40. He's out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 6. He's a fumble, and they say that Oklahoma's got the ball. Here's 20 running down the left sideline, lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by one of the Huskers by Octavius McMurray. He's to the 35-30, 25-20, still at the 15, and is finally dragged down at the 8-yard line. Oh, how fortunes can change.
Let's go power, power, 32 option check. Power, 32 option check.
It is second down and goal to go. Here's the option right side by Scott Frost. He is being strung out, gets the pitch to Amon Green.
Hey! 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 Come on!
A late hit on Amon Green upsets Osborne. He is also concerned that his offensive strategy isn't being more successful moving the ball.
Okay, let's go shotgun.
On the play.
And let's go 79 audible.
Third and goal with the ball on the 7-yard line.
The Huskers will go to the shotgun formation. The snap back to Scott Frost, looking right, fires a pass, and incomplete to Chevin Wiggins.
Oh, hit him, Scott. Okay, field goal.
The pass from Frost.
He had him.
Intended for number 5, Chevin Wiggins. Ball incomplete.
Yeah. Very rarely will I say, well, you're really messing up, or I don't like what you're doing. I usually try to be in an educational mode where we're just talking over what we're seeing and what we need to do to play better. Okay, Scott, better duck on that 32, you know, if they get strung out that much.
He gets after people. I think he's a little less quick to get angry at quarterbacks simply because we got to go back out on the field and perform the next time. And he's very calm and relaxed. I don't think Coach Osborne's demeanor changes much ever, and I think a lot of people know that. But there have been a few times where he gets a little nervous, I think, but he does a wonderful job of calling plays in any situation.
Number 35.
The snap, the ball is down, the kick is on the way, and it is good. The Sooners again with 3 wideouts. Here's 20 giving on.
Nebraska's defense holds the Sooners on their next possession, and they are forced to kick the ball away.
Brian Shackelford to kick it away for the Sooners, and the wind at his back. Wow. He barrels it. Bobby Newcomb back at the 17, makes the catch at the 20, 25, 30, turns on the speed, 40, 45, 50. Newcomb to the 40, to the 35, and just tripped up by the heel, or he would have been gone for a touchdown.
Okay, tell me what they got. What they got?
Go opposite.
During the ball game, since I call the plays and I serve as the offensive coordinator, I'm in constant communication with Milt Tenneper, Frank Solich up above, also Turner Gill, and Ron Brown and Dan Young on the sideline. And then quite often I'm talking to Scott Frost or whoever playing quarterback at that time after every series. And then quite often we'll discuss with each other what we think we ought to do the next series. Your view from the sideline is limited, so you really need help from up above in that regard.
You want to go 11 veer or not? Go right. Okay, let's go. Go right 11 veer. Go right 11 veer. Check.
With the ball on the 10-yard line.
Scott Frost changing the play again. Takes the snap. A quick handoff to Makovicka. He barrels his way down to about the 6-yard line.
Corral, back holder. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go tight left, 36 trap check. Tight left, 36 trap check.
2 tight ends in the game. Scott Frost under center. Hands the ball straight ahead to Makovicka. He's in, standing up for the score.
It'll be a 5-yard touchdown run by Makovicka, number 45.
While the fans are going crazy on the field, in the press box, it is almost silent.
No cheering, no loud talking, no clapping, no feet stomping. If you're there to cheer, you're not there to work, and so you're out, basically.
Okay, good job, guys. Good job.
No letting up. 60 minutes, come on.
With the Huskers ahead 10-0, Nebraska's offense is up and rolling. The defense is on the field for their 3rd straight shutout. But despite Oklahoma's record, it won't be easy.
And looking for running room and not finding much is JT.
It's a very confusing game for us to try to get ready for. The technical parts of it are this: be as simple as you can. We can't afford to say, hey, this is going to be their quarterback, or this is going to be their quarterback, or this is going to be their quarterback. They've played 3 of them. At this point in time, we have no idea where they're coming from. Finally, what we've done is to stay with our basic things and not add a whole lot of new things.
Tight end in motion to the left. Here is Brandon Daniels in the game now at quarterback. And the Huskers get the football.
I have maybe 2 or 3 signals for each defense. It's almost like a baseball deal where you're signaling with your hands, where you could be going down with your hands. I mean, we have signals with our, signals here. We've got signals here. We've got, all kinds of things up. We've got circles up here, which means something different. Circles here, which means something. Circles inside, which means something. And any part of my body here means something. I could do that. It means something. Anything on front, the front of me, this, or wiping down, or I use my headset. I use my headset here. Use my headset on the front. I use the back of my head. So we have all kinds of things.
He's intense. Coach Osborne will give, let's go, guys, come on. And with Coach McBride, stuff's flying out of his mouth, his hair's all over the place, his face is red. It's one of those times where you don't want to make eye contact with him because, you don't want him to single you out. So but it's great. I love that. Personally, I like a coach, that's going to yell and scream, and if you're doing something good, he'll tell you, and if you're doing bad, he's going to tell you too. He'll get right in your face.
Here's a fake handoff. Brandon Daniels rolling out to the left. He's going to keep the football. He's at the 30, and then 2 Huskers cracking down at the 34-yard line.
When the defense is on the field, I'm on their phone not more than half to 2/3 of the time. And if we're really having trouble, then I'm on there quite a bit.
God dang, we caught it.
But I try not to get in their way. I try not to call every defense, but I may make a suggestion. And I say, well, I think we better come after them now, or I think we better play a zone or whatever. And so occasionally I'll make a suggestion. But we're all on the phones together. It's a very, very much of a corporate effort. There's a lot of people that have to do the right thing at the right time to be successful.
Running the option right side, Brandon Daniels keeps the football. Separated from the football, loose.
We went this way, but we're going to have to go the other way.
And then I got it.
The southpaw comes back in the pocket. He's hit and sacked. And it's Grant Wistrom. So the Huskers get it.
Not very happy today.
Take care of the ball now. Good fake.
Here's a fake handoff to Green. Scott Frost to rifle it down the field. Newcomb's out there. He got it. He's to the fly. He scores. Running back goes in motion to this the near side. Here's Daniels. He's hit. And clobbered down by Jason Peter for a loss.
I like to sometimes talk to who I'm playing against, you know, an offensive lineman. If I can get him thinking about, you know, that I just called him a slob or something like that, you know, he's not thinking about how he's got to block me. He's thinking, you know, God, I just want to kill this guy.
Here's Frost. Keeping the football, rolling to the right side. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He tries to dive into the end zone, and they say he is out at the 1. Well, now they do it.
Yes, I thought so.
I want to go with the fullback.
Halftime score at Memorial Stadium. It's the Huskers 34 and the Oklahoma Sooners nothing on the Pinnacle Sports Network.
Rises for Jeff Schmall as he gets his crew ready to edit the first half highlights.
You guys get everything queued up as much as you can and get that tape ready.
But before Schmall can start to edit, he has to deal with an emergency. Not everyone who was needed for the halftime presentation is on the field.
And you're supposed to wait for.
The Burger King woman is apparently on her way down right now, and we're supposed to wait for her. We're supposed to wait. Somebody go out and tell Bill that. Get on a different shot, Kurt.
Burger King proudly presents this check for $10,000 to the University of Nebraska.
Okay, we ready?
Wistrom's hit, queued on 3.
For me personally, probably the biggest crunch time is at halftime and just editing about 2 minutes of highlights during about a 20-minute time frame, which is a pretty quick turnaround, especially when you're shuttling 3 or 4 tapes, getting highlights from various tapes, and that's pretty hectic for me. Oh, shoot. The first time we ever did it, we had some problems, but we still got the highlights on.
Here are the first half highlights, brought to you by First Bank.
Will be. When they do go to other stadiums that have big screens, they see that maybe they don't add some of the touches that we do, and as a result, I think they appreciate the little polish that we put on.
He's to the 35-30, 25-20.
Oh, you need the Husker vision because when they're on that side of the field, you can't tell where they're at. So we watch it when they're down there. It's an excellent addition to the stadium. Yeah.
Now, are they shading in here on this? Evidently they are. Scott, do you remember? Okay, so it looks like we'd have a pretty good chance on a quarterback keep here, 36.
Meanwhile, in the locker room, Coach Tom Osborne isn't giving a win one for the Gipper speech. He's doing what he likes best. He's dissecting the other team's weaknesses for the offense.
You know, if this guy closes real hard, we still got the option. You know, if he doesn't, I think we may come back with that.
He's always drawing plays and writing them down. I watch him on the bus, and he just loves it. He's got a very analytical mind. Actually, what people don't know, he would have been a brilliant research statistician, psychologist. He was very good. I went to some of his lectures and talks he gave, and he was brilliant.
If you go 32 or 38 option, let's go to this side over here where we don't have single blocks. You see that, Scott?
While the band plays their halftime performance, Chris Anderson already has statistics ready from the first half. But Anderson's methods of sharing information are boldly going where few football teams have gone before. Cyberspace.
We just take snaps, still photos, like we hit snap and it'll, whatever's on that, it'll capture that in the backboard and bring it up, and we can save them and FTP them to our website.
Cutting-edge technology may be exciting, but nothing will replace a good story. Don Fox Bryant is a legendary mascot, and he still prowls the press box with stories to tell.
Game days can be hectic sometimes if you have problems, in which we've had. I had a fight with the guy in the elevator one time. And he was an Oklahoma kid, too. He was a little drunk, and I tried to get him to leave, and he wouldn't go. And then I took and pushed him in the elevator, and he pulled his sweater over my head and started beating on me, and the door slamming shut on my leg that I'm holding in the air. And everybody outside, instead of helping me, is laughing at me. So.
The last time we were in the A's, they gave us the twist, you know. So
Osborne downplays his background in psychology. However, he does understand the role of emotion in football, including his own.
This 6-1, the last time we ran 47 dive.
This program, I feel, turned around in 1990. In the exact moment I will never forget, it was halftime. We were behind at the Citrus Bowl, and we had a bad year that year. Things had gone down. And Coach talked about having had a cardiovascular evaluation, and it didn't look good. And so he thought he might have to quit coaching. They got very emotional, and Kenny Walker, who was deaf, was reading his lips, went over and gave him a hug, and the whole place just erupted. I mean, there wasn't a dry eye in the place.
Play well. You know, we've got to finish this thing out hard and strong and play well and really focus. You know, we've got some points on the board, but we haven't exactly raced up and down the field. You know, we can still do a little bit better than what we've done. So
he got more determined than ever to go recruit, turn the program around, and now we're just at a very high level, and he works incredibly hard to maintain it.
Let's play like we're playing for the national championship, and in a sense you are.
And now, let's welcome the #1 team in the nation back out onto the field for the second half.
Osborne, like many coaches, believes the tone for the rest of the game needs to be set in the first few minutes of the second half.
Okay, let's go spread right, 47 dive pass, two-way flat, flanker motion.
And the single setback is Amon Green. Davison comes in motion to the left side. Here is the quarterback, Scott Frost, bootlegging around to the right side, fires a pass, got a man wide open, Sheldon Jackson, 30, 25, 20 to 15, and spun down as he tried a spin move down at about the 12-yard line of Oklahoma.
The Huskers don't let up in the second half. They immediately start marching down the field.
Amon Green breaks tackles down to the 9-yard line.
Let's stay double wing, and let's go double wing 19 wall check.
Scott Frost this time hands it straight ahead. No, keeps the football, pitches it off to Lance Brown, picks his way in for the touchdown.
Okay, that's the way, Bob. Okay, that's a good drive. Good drive, guys. Good job. Okay, Kenny. Good job, Scott. Good job.
In 10 plays, the Huskers make the score 41-0 with almost a full half of football yet to play. Just because the team has the game well in hand doesn't mean Osborne wants them to let up. With a degree in educational psychology, Osborne feels the mental part of the game is essential.
I don't think that the education that I received has a whole lot to do with how I coach football. It's kind of like golf. You're really playing against yourself. How well are you capable of playing? And we try to take a fairly level approach every week. We've not pointed for any one game. And as a result, we think over the long haul, we've been fairly consistent.
Let's see what Scott Frost does. Hands it straight ahead to Makovic, the 30, 25, 20. Back in the pocket goes Scott Frost. He's being chased. He'll roll out to the right. He's in trouble. Fires a pass down the field. Newcomb makes a turnaround spin catch. Is he inbound? Yes, he did catch it. Oh, what a move by Bobby Newcomb across the way to
Congratulations, Coach. Hi, Mom. You have fun out here. Say what's up. Hi, Mom. Jamie.
With the score 62-7, Osborne has a difficult problem. He wants his players to give 100%, but he doesn't want to embarrass the other team.
Well, I don't want to score here. Let's go tight right 33 dive.
Good job, Sasha.
Wide to the right side, the backfield in the eye, the handoff to Willie Miller, breaks tackles, and dives into the end zone. Carried 2 Sooners with him on his back. What a great effort.
As Osborne's wife Nancy comes down to join in the post-game celebration, an assistant tries to hand the coach a 250th victory hat.
Yeah, I don't think I'll wear it. I'll wear it later, okay? Yeah, thanks. I better not go over to see John with that.
That's fine. That's a good idea. Yeah.
And that's probably going to take care of business here. Tom Osborne has won his 250th career victory at Nebraska as head coach. He and John Blake will meet at midfield to shake hands.
Good luck, John. Good luck next week. Okay, I'm sorry about the score. Okay, good luck to you guys, okay?
Need you to back up, media, please. Back up. Back up, please. Back up, please. Keep backing up, please. Please back up so we can see it, please. Back up. Need you to back up. We're not going to start till you're done, folks. Let's go.
Coach Osborne, on behalf of the Nebraska football teams over the past 25 years and the 1997 Nebraska football team, we'd like to thank you and congratulate you on your 250th victory over 25 years.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. I'd like to thank the players. I'd like to thank the coaches. Have given us a great effort, tremendous dedication over a long period of time, and above all, I'd like to thank the fans. You've been very faithful, very loyal. Appreciate it very much. Hey, Charlie. Hey, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Congratulations.
Okay, babe. Thanks. Okay, Jay. Okay. You all right, Husker? All right? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, congratulations. Tremendous. Watch out, you get hurt. Thanks. Thanks. Good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you.
Okay. Okay. Get out. Amen. Okay, fellas, you guys did a good job today. Excellent, both sides of the ball, and really a good way to finish up that series, at least for a while. We're proud of you. Okay.
I can't explain it. Just something special about Coach Osborne. I guess he's more like another father figure for most of us on the team. Basically my second father out here on the football field. I mean, I got one at home, but I also got one on the football field, and he takes care of us. He's behind us no matter what we do. If we do something bad, if we do something good, he's there for us no matter what.
So a lot of things have gone into whatever's happened here, and I've been a very small part of it, and I really believe that, really mean that. It's not a phony statement on my part.
With fans celebrating across Lincoln, aspiring Huskers take over the field. Many people, however, have hours of work ahead of them. Butch Hugg and his crews clean the stadium. Chris Anderson will take calls and prepare copy and statistics for 3 more hours. And Tom Osborne still has his radio and TV shows yet to do.
Nice to beat Oklahoma at the same time.
Congratulations.
Roll A. Track A full.
It's the Tom Osborne Show.
We sure had a great day today and made some good catches. And how about your blocking? Do you think that came along pretty good?
Yeah, I had some pretty good blocks, I thought.
We'll check the films, right?
Okay.
Oh, what a move by Bobby Newcomb across the way to make that grab.
And what?
Okay, sweet.
That's all, folks. That was your best show ever. I don't think you stumbled on any words.
I use little words.
See you, Coach.
Yep. Hi.
Usually every home football game, I'm down here cleaning, and when he walks out, he'll say goodnight. He's a very nice man. Very quiet, just a great coach.
No, it's been a fun day. You know, players played well, and a lot of things came together out there, and you know, to beat Oklahoma on this particular day, I think was nice because it had been early on, first 7-8 years that I was a coach here. Oklahoma wasn't easy to beat, and I didn't beat them very many times. The main thing for me is do we play well, and I think we played well. I think we might have played our best, most complete game, and I'm already starting to think about Missouri a little bit, but you know, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening.